Hi FlossTube, it's Diane. I am going to make my October update video now. I know it's not the end of October. It is only October, what is today? The 20th. So we have deer season coming up, and over the next few weeks I'm going to be doing a lot of running around and food prep and that kind of thing. So, empty the freezers, wipe out the freezer, that type of thing. So I wanted to make sure I had this video done now, so it's out of the way. I didn't have to worry about it. Also, there's a piece in here I'm going to be mailing to someone, so I wanted to do the video now before I mailed it. My background, these are just receiving blankets I make for new babies in our church. Flannel I bought from Joann's. They're really fun blankets to make, and they're cute. And babies love them. They're nice and big and warm. So I did want to say that there's been an issue going around on some of the Facebook groups that people have been stealing their videos. So essentially they download their videos, they re-edit them, they turn around and they upload them again, and then they monetize them with ads and other things. That's theft. And we don't need to do that in the FlossTube community. And I'll just say it right now, this is my intellectual property, my video. I'm going to change a few ways I do my videos, and editing-wise, to discourage theft. I did find one of my videos on a website that wasn't YouTube. It was kind of an odd website. I found some other FlossTubers there too. I did let YouTube know. They do not. That violates the terms of use on YouTube, for you to steal somebody's video and then turn around and try and make money off of it. So it's theft. It's kind of like taking a pattern and reselling it as your own. It's theft. There's no other term for it. So I'm going to make a few changes, and if any of you ever come across a video and think, you know what, I think that's mondot Stitch's video, not this person's video, please let me know. And I'll take it up with YouTube. Please note that any channel name that uses my video, please note, I am not talking playlists. Wonderfully Hopeless has put together a fabulous playlist that has over 2,000 FlossTube videos on it. So essentially, you can click on that playlist and just binge watch. And I do that periodically to meet or try and keep up with new FlossTubers, or even FlossTubers who've been recording videos for a while, but I just hadn't come across them yet. So I take advantage of that playlist. That is not what I'm talking about. When you make a playlist in YouTube, it still credits the person who made the video, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stealing it and presenting it as your own work. Plagiarism, copyright violation, taking somebody's videos and monetizing them without their permission, it's all theft. It's the same thing. So just don't do it. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. So again, on the background I'm using are these baby blankets, so I'll be moving them periodically, but this is my haul. First of all, I printed off, this is a freebie from Heaven and Earth Designs by Amy Stewart, and I don't know how, it was available, I printed it off on the 18th of October 2015. I do not know how long it will be available, but it was one of their freebies, and I printed it off. I have no idea when I'm going to be able to do this one, but I thought it was cute, and I really liked it. And again, I don't have a color printer, but the colors in here are really beautiful. So I printed that off. And then I also purchased the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I think this is 234. It's the one with the Sugar Plum Fairy. Stitching Joanne has gone through this magazine, and I encourage you to watch her video. Yeah, the Sugar Plum Fairy. I really love that one. And I also, what is that? These three trees here, I really like that. So check out her video. She walks through what the different patterns are. She does not break copyright, but she just walks through to let you know what's in the magazine. And this was in as a free supplement, this little guy here. So here's just the drawing, and then here's the chart. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm moving things around too much. Here's the chart here. And there was also a calendar, 16-month calendar from September 2015 to December 2016. And I think these charts are in here. I'm not going to flip through to show because I don't want to show the chart without, I don't want to break copyright. But they're cute little charts. And so that was also in the magazine. And this one, this is Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, November 2015. So here's some Santas. Sorry, there it goes. An advent calendar, and I can't remember the pattern that I really, really liked in this one. But they have this gingerbread sampler bonus chart. I thought that was really cute. This was also in there. It's a Festive Fairies card kit, and Joan Elliott's Festive Chart book was also in there. As you can see, some of her designs in here are whimsical. Some of them are more of her elegant ladies. But there's 50 exclusive Joan Elliott charts in this little supplement to the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, November 2015. So I bought that. Excuse me. I've been fighting a slight cold. And also quilt maker. I like to sew quilts, and I really love this one on the cover. So I also purchased this at the same time, and they had a bonus, 12 bonus blocks in there. But this one, and there was another really cute one in here. I can show it without showing the pattern again. I like this magazine, and this is on my wish list to ask as a possible Christmas gift. Oh yes, this poinsettia. Let me turn to the page. I might show it a little better. This poinsettia table runner. I just thought that was gorgeous. And it shouldn't be too hard. It's applique. I don't really like applique as much as I like other techniques, but I purchased that also. So that's my stash acquisitions, I guess is the new term. Other than that, I've been purchasing DMC floss for my January Cross Stitch Crazy Challenge. Somebody asked me a question about the Cross Stitch Crazy Challenge. I'm going to put the information in the box below. I do not know why, but sometimes I can reply to comments on YouTube, and other times I can't. Sometimes I can comment on videos, and other times I can't. And I'm not quite sure why, if they're updating something or what's going on. I could always like videos, so sometimes I'm only able to like videos, but I will put that information for the Cross Stitch Challenge in the Facebook group. And again, please remember, with all of these stitch-alongs and challenges, the ones I like to do, I don't have to worry about Cross Stitch Police coming after me. So I'll have all the information on the Facebook page, and I will put that information in the box below. So check that out if you would want to. My finishes. I know I showed this last month. It was almost finished. Well, now it's completely finished. I didn't have this flower done. I don't think I had the citrus in the middle done. And I know I definitely did not have this umbrella done. When I first did the umbrella, I didn't like how it turned out. So I decided to put, I'm going to zoom in, and let's get it focused. There we go. The sparkle is from the Krennic. I chose a navy blue Krennic for the frame of the umbrella and a silver Krennic for the handle. And I think it's 3-3. It's a number 4 braid. And this is also a number 4 silver 001. In Krennics, 001 is always silver, 002 is always gold. Any letters after the number has to do with the finish of the metallic. Sometimes you'll get a duller finish, and sometimes you'll get a shinier finish. It depends on the effect you want. I also took the blue here to the pennants here, and there's some silver little tendrils. And I put some Krennic up here on the fish. I chose not to add the beads to the watermelon or the starfish at this time. I will probably use petite seed beads. Someone had asked me a question about it on a different video. I'm thinking I will add petite seed beads, maybe. It really depends on how I choose to finish this project out. And let me get it to focus on here. There we go. This is a stitch along that was done by With My Threads. She has an Etsy store. Her name is Natalia. And it was a fun stitch. It was really relaxing. All the other flosses besides the Krennic I just showed you are Mo's cottons. This one's Van Gogh. This one's Crush, as in the turtle from Finding Nemo. We have Olaf from the Elsa collection. Tagada. This green here is Young Anna from Frozen. This one is Let It Go from the Frozen collection. This is, one of these is the Titans, and one of them is this. I'm going to have to make a list. I'm sorry. I can't remember all the colors I used. I know the letters are all bubblegum. And again, it's all Mo's cottons. And I really, really love the result. I'm going to love using Mo's cottons even more in some other projects that I have planned. But again, it's With My Threads on Etsy is where I got the stitch along. And I know that she has other items on her Etsy store, and I know I'm not the only floss tuber who stitched this. So this is 14 count Jonquil Ada. I don't remember what I purchased this for, but I found it in my stash when this stitch along came up. So there's that one. Not sure I want to finish this one. I have some different ideas, but I'm not sure yet. And I can always add beads later if I want to. So this one is Princess Parade by Country Cottage Kids. Country Cottage Kids is a division of Country Cottage Needleworks. It's kind of like they have one line here and one line there. So Country Cottage Kids chart number 7. And it's complete. This color here is called Carrie Berry. It's a Classic Colorworks, and that's me. This one is a Classic Colorworks. It's called Blueberry Tart, and that's my oldest daughter. Her favorite color is blue. This one is Amethyst for my middle daughter. Her birthstone is February, so Amethyst works great for her. And this one is a Weeks Dye Works. It's called Daffodil, and this is my youngest daughter. The green, the main green you see, there are a couple other greens, but the main one is Avocado. It's also a Weeks Dye Works. The castle has Carrie Berry, Amethyst, Daffodil, and the Blueberry Tart in it, so it has all the specialty fibers. The only part I don't like about this pattern, and I started this on September 13th, I finished it on October 14th. On my fabric, this is 28 count platinum cashel linen. Princess Parade, it's just not popping. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go back with this dark purple and somehow like shade or kind of outline these letters a little bit to see if I can get them to pop a little more. But other than that, I really like this pattern. I thought I would bling it up more, but I kept it basic. I really like Country Cottage Needleworks patterns because they're basic patterns. There's just such a charm to them. And I'm going to zoom in here. The pattern called for DMC metallics. I don't like DMC metallics, so I chose to use Petite Treasure Braid. And I cannot remember if this is PB40 or a different color, but it's a gold. And I used that also on the staffs for the wands, and that's in a one long stitch as it called for in the pattern, on all the crowns and all of the wands. So I do like how it turned out, except for these letters. I want to have them pop a little more. I'm not sure how to do that. But it's complete, and this will be framed and hang in my girl's bedroom. And my other finish, this is from a Etsy store called AmazingCrossStitch, and it's the Hobbit movie characters. I'm going to zoom out so you can see all of them. All 13 dwarves, a wizard, and a burglar. They're all there. And I just finished this up. Let's see, today's Tuesday, so I finished it up on Sunday. I finished up with the Gloin. So let's go through the various characters. So we have An Unexpected Journey, the Hobbit. The is right there. It's a little hard to see in this light, but it is there. We have Bomber. There we go. Dory, Bilbo, Gandalf, Thorin, Nori, and Dwalin. And we have Balin, Ori, Bifur, Kili, Fili, trying to remember how they say them in the movie, Oin, Bofur, and Gloin. I do agree with Carolyn that sometimes the colors get really close, like these browns. They're very close in shade. There's one brown here, brown gray, and then there's a brown outline, and then there's a lighter brown. I know the lighter one is 433. I can't remember what the darker one was. And here on his gloves, there are actually two colors there. Sometimes it's really hard to tell that in the with the colors chosen, but I do like them. I like how each dwarf is individual, and sorry for the interruption. Excuse me. What were we talking about? Oh yes, the colors. The colors are pretty close on some of the color combinations, but I do like how it all turned out. I like the individuality of the dwarves and the different characters. I think the designer did capture them really well, and I will be purchasing other patterns from AmazingCrossStitch on their Etsy shop. I did contact him, and I asked him, or I made a suggestion of a pattern, and at the time he wasn't designing, but he said he would add it to his list, so I don't know, he might actually do that pattern at some point. And that's 3 finishes this month. That is very, very rare for me to get 3 finishes in 1 month. Just want to make that very clear. So I have a round robin project this month. Last month was a snow sampler. This month it was Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Springtime Sampler. I had never stitched on a Frosted Pumpkin pattern before, so this was really a lot of fun. Their patterns are very easy to read. They're very encouraging. They are also very logical in how you stitch them up. So like the blocks are 30 by 30s, even though each block is individual, on how the frames are, they're in a 30 by 30 area. That's very logical to me, and it's very pleasant, relaxing design. This is the fabric that the owner chose to do this pattern on, and it's by Under the Sea Fabrics. Love Under the Sea Fabrics. And it is 28 count Opal Lugana, and it's called Antheia. I was saying Althea, but it's Antheia. This is gorgeous, and when I looked at the picture online, it doesn't do it justice. It goes from these pink oranges to this lime green and colors in between. It's just beautiful. I did not know what I wanted to stitch my Garden Party by Mirabilia on. Now I know I have to order this fabric, and I will be ordering it before January. And here is the project. The owner of the project did these 3 and these 4 blocks, and last month the stitcher did these 2, and these are the 2 I did this month. I'm going to zoom in. Here's the chickie coming out of the egg and the seedlings. Each frame is a little bit different, but again they're in the same size area, so it's a nice effect. And it was just really pleasant. These colors are just popping on this fabric. It's just gorgeous, and this fabric is so soft and nice to use. I do wish that the picture did the project justice, because I opened it and I thought, oh, well, that's a great picture, but then I looked at the fabric and the design. Yeah, I wish the pictures looked good. I don't know why they don't look good. I really like this ladybug. I was tempted to do him, but I didn't. I did what I was asked to do, and it was a fun stitch. I will be looking at other patterns by Frosted Pumpkin in the future. This next month, that's one reason I did the video, because I want to mail this week. With deer season, I there's a deadline to send these out, and I don't want to miss the deadline. So I want to send it out early, and she knows, and it's okay with everybody. I've asked administrators and everything, and they said it's okay that I can send it out early, and it's fine if I don't receive one until later because I won't get to it right away. But I think the next one in that I should receive is the Strawberry Shortcake Sampler by Casey Buonargio. Ew, I probably totally butchered that name, and I apologize. I can relate. My maiden name is French-Canadian origin, and some letters are pronounced and some aren't, and it really depends on where you are, which ones are pronounced and not. And my married name, people have a hard time with my married name. Although really it's very simple, but anyway, it's my married name is Danish. No, yeah, Danish, Denmark. And so, yeah, it's just people in America, it's not an American name, and yeah, whatever. So I totally relate. I am so sorry for butchering your name, but I look forward. I've never stitched one of those patterns either. So that should be the one I receive. I could be wrong, but I'll show that next month, and we'll all find out. Then I have, let me put this one aside. This fabric, oh my, you almost want to eat the fabric. It's so just gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. I know that sounds weird. But this one, I did not do a lot on this one this month. In September, I was really good about doing half an hour a day on her, and I made some really good progress. In October, the first few days, I took a couple days off. You know, you can do that every once in a while. And I actually got some reading done. You know, my husband can sit there and read for hours, and the kids will leave him alone, but as soon as I crack open a book, yeah. Those of you who are moms or have little ones around you, you understand what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is, but excuse me. So I didn't stitch on her very much. But last month I showed that I had all this part done, and I didn't add to that part. But I did work on, I might have added little hair, but I did work mostly up here on the, I don't know if it's a pediment or what it is, this little background. And that's where I'm going to focus on in November. I'm going to get back to stitching on her like half hour a day, because I did make really good progress on her, and I still like her. But yeah, I've been focused in October. I wanted to get some finishes done because I know I'm going to have those new projects in January, and I want to get some finishes done, so kind of make room. So in November, I will be stitching on this one like a half hour a day. If I want to stitch longer, I will, but like a half hour a day, and see how far I get on her. Also, what I'm going to be working on is, again, trying to get some more finishes done. And this one I did for the Something New Stitch Along, the Rhodes Butterfly by the Sweetheart Tree Biscornu. This is actually a kit that I bought from them. And here's where I'm at. Last night I was able to finish some of these vine backstitching. So on here, oh, and I added more butterflies, the Rhodes Butterfly stitch. A fun, fun, fun stitch. I just need to outline the flowers here, and then this will be ready for beads. And that's the top. And here's the bottom. The bottom, definitely I have to put the flowers in and more vines and stuff. So I'll be working on this to get this guy done, so hopefully next month he'll be a finish. And then I'm going to bite the bullet and get this done. This is the burst sampler for my son, my youngest son, and is by the Victoria Sampler. It's called the Heirloom Birth Sampler. It's a beautiful piece. It's stunning. I just have this section done, or I should say that section left to do. It is the silk ribbon embroidery, and it is intimidating me. It really is just scaring me to do that section. And I'm going to bite the bullet and get it done. There are the spiderweb roses and then the little buds, and then there's beads through there. So that's all I have left, and here's where I'm at. Did the Hardanger section. Sorry, let me get it to focus. There we go. I changed this from what they had on there. On the original pattern, I did change the verse there. But then all these stitches, and here's where the Rhodes butterfly stitches are. It's a fun stitch. It really is. And it's a lot simpler than it may look. But there are a lot of specialty stitches in these bands. Silks, Vera Soie, Trebizond, pearl cotton in here. There's also Krenix in here. I'm going to zoom in on this band. This is my second favorite band here with the large half eyelets and then the Krenix in between and then these little eyelets. It's just beautiful. So this is where sorry it's folded over there, but that's where the silk ribbon embroidery needs to be done. And so I'm just going to bite the bullet, and this is personalization. I'm just going to bite the bullet and get this done. I purchased an accessory pack when I bought the pattern, and it has all the silk I'll need, silk ribbon I'll need, the beads, the mother pearl heart. I won't be using the pink, obviously, but I'll be using the teal and the white. If it's like everything else, I will have plenty. But again, this is just intimidating me, although I do like the Victoria sampler. Their directions are very, very clear, so I'm going to just follow their directions and breathe, and hopefully this guy will be done next month too. So that is my goal, to tackle him. And then we have One Stitch at a Time by Patricia Designs. There, less glare. And this one I did for these specialty stitches with the Cross Stitch It's Fun group. There are 45 different stitches in here. And here's where I'm at. I'm mostly done. I have Krenix to put in these two squares and finish in this one. And then I have the borders. And I have to take this border here. I have to take that all around. And there's one other border, and then that'll be done. Or is there two other borders? Yeah, let's just say if I don't see a small Smyrna cross anytime soon, because that is what this whole grid is, and this border, it'll be fine. I do plan when I have this done to go through each square and name the different stitches so we can count all 45 stitches. But they do count back stitching as one of the stitches. But there are no just regular cross stitches. There are many variations, but not just regular cross stitches. This green silk is Vamo from Mo's Silk, or Mo's Sales, excuse me. And the purple is Rue, R-U-E. So V-A-M-O and R-U-E. The reason I don't have this done, I was cruising along with this, and I was going to have it done. But the only critique I have of this pattern is they should have said you needed 2 spools of the Krenix. I only had 1, and I ran out. So I do have the second spool now, so I can finish this project. I've had the second spool for a while. I've just been doing other things. So yeah, I want to see if I can get this guy done also in November. Finish him up. There's also a stitch along in November I'm really looking forward to. It's a LizzieKate stitch along. It begins November 6th, and this is the pattern that Sherry Burkett enabled me to do. And yeah, on the Hobbits, there were so many French knots in those names, and Sherry loves French knots. I don't. So, sorry Sherry, I don't like them, but I love this pattern. And Sherry has finished her pattern. She's shown it in her video, and it's gorgeous. So this is the pattern that I'm going to do for the LizzieKate stitch along that begins November 6th. I also bought the fiber, which is Classic Colorworks Cupid. And this fabric was RAK'd to me. It was gifted to me. I was so surprised. Sticky Stitch is the one who sent this fabric to me, and it is 32 count Murano Peppermint Cream by the Crafty Kitten Company, UK. And yes, it's opal. It's a little bit of shine. Sticky Stitch, she also knits, and my son Josh, sort of a knitter. He knits too, so they were I can't remember what she sent him, but she included this in the package and said to give it to me, and I was just floored. I was just so surprised, and it's just gorgeous. My favorite color is pink. My favorite color is green, and all this green, I was thinking the name peppermint. This green is just beautiful. I'm sorry, you're seeing some of the fabric underneath, but it's just beautiful, and I think this pattern will look gorgeous on it. And so that's what I plan on doing with that. So thank you, Sticky Stitch. Very, very nice gift. I really, really appreciate it. I also wanted to do some shout outs. My first shout out is to, excuse me, I lose my voice here. Let me give you a background so you can see something. My first shout out is to a needlepoint in time. I know needlepoint and cross stitch are not the exact same craft, but they use similar tools and fibers and techniques and specialty stitches. I love watching her channel. I'm not rushing out to start needlepoint, but I love watching her videos because it's so informative that if I should ever choose to do needlepoint, she would be why. I'm blanking on her first name. I'm sorry. But a needlepoint in time. She's here on FlossTube. And I encourage you to watch her video. I really like her videos, and her canvases are just beautiful, beautiful canvases. So I encourage you to watch her. Also, the other person I'm going to shout out, if I quit moving my phone, is 3 Owl Stitches. Or 3 Owl Threads. I think she was shouted out by somebody else, but the reason I'm shouting her out, she did a video and she talked about the fact that one of her dogs had fleas. And then they had to flea bomb and do things to help their animals and clean out their house. And I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was just one of those annoying little things. And the night after I watched that video, or maybe it was a couple days later, my husband was holding our youngest, and he said, "What is that? That moved." And he said, "There's a little black thing, and it moved." It just totally freaked me out. So, of course, I'm looking up, okay, what does a flea look like? Because we don't have animals. And I'm like, oh, no. And maybe the kids are playing with the neighbor's dog and something. All these scenarios are going through my head. So we didn't do school that week because we were washing bedding and vacuuming, and it was, looking back, it was really funny. But yeah, check out 3 Owl Threads. She is quite a character when she wants to stalk the UPS man and the USPS man and for her packages, and she just has a wonderful sense of humor. And she also sews, so that gets my attention too. And so it seems like there's a number of us on here who do more than one, just cross stitch. I know there's some that do cross stitch and knitting, like Sticky Stitch, and Jessie Marie does stuff. And then there are some who cross stitch and quilt, like myself, Sherry Burkett. I want to say that Bright Stitcher does too, but I know she also scrapbooks. So yeah, it's fun to see people doing more than a variety of crafts and how they combine them. But those are my 2 shout-outs. A needlework in time, or needlepoint in time, excuse me, and 3 Owl Threads. I think you'll enjoy their videos. They do beautiful work, and I just want to encourage them. Do a shout-out and encourage them. So my plans for November are to stitch on my Mirabilia for half an hour a day. So that one is, let me get the picture. And the picture just got swallowed up by my bed. Oh no, there it is. So half hour a day on Venetian Opulence. Do the stitch along with the cross stitch It's Fun group. Get some of my other whips finished, like One Stitch at a Time, the Heirloom Birth Sampler, the Rhodes Butterfly Biscornu Pin Cushion. This is the same type of kit that Carolyn Mazio did. I love their kits. I have no fear of running out of thread. I love their kits, and their directions are very, very nice. I will also have the round robin, and that will take precedence over any other projects that I do. I will admit, I want to do some new starts, and especially, oh, I can't see it, sorry. I gotta get it out of the zippy bag. Especially this guy. My ink circles, Baroque. Somebody else is stitching this, I know, in the floss tube community, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I like their patterns a lot. But we'll see if that one starts. I was not able to start the Raven Queen this month, but she's on my list for January, so we're good to go. And I'm looking around again. But I thank you for subscribing. And again, I don't know if anybody else is having issues with YouTube, if you can comment or not, but I've been trying to keep up with the comments, but sometimes it just won't let me. So I apologize if you feel like I haven't replied to your comment, because I don't know what's going on. But I do thank you. And again, this video is by Mondot Stitches. It is for the enjoyment of the floss tube community for free, no ads. And I look forward to seeing videos by other floss tubers. And I will talk to you in November. Sometime. I don't know when. My husband this year, he will actually have more of our children with him than I will have at home. That has not happened for years. He will have 6 children with him. I will have 5 at home, and our oldest 2 are doing their own thing. So during the day, I'm going to do more quilting. I'm behind on my quilting, partly because of my shoulder, and partly when I got my machine out to start quilting again, it decided to go sideways, and it took them forever to fix it. But I have babies in our church. These are baby receiving blankets I make. This is another one of them. I have 5 babies, 5, that I have to make quilts for. 3 of them are already born, and 2 of them, one can be born any day, and 1 is a few months away, so I have a little time on there. So 3 little girls born by people in the church or adopted into our church. So I need to get those done. I also have a quilt I'm working on for my husband, and I figured I'm making all these other quilts. I need to make one for him. So I will be quilting during the day when my husband's up north, as we say here in Minnesota, with our hunting party. And the littles will be, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the littles. I can keep them busy. Hopefully not destroying the house, but yes, my little tornadoes with 2 legs that run around and destroy the house if you turn your back on them. I love them dearly, though. But really hoping that my son, who this is his 2nd year of hunting, he gets a really nice one to kind of show up his big brothers. And also my daughter, who will be going with him, my middle daughter, this is her 3rd year. And she has been every year, the last 2 years she's gotten one. She shot one, and she usually shoots it on the first day. The first year she went and was actually able to shoot, she shot one within half an hour of sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. I'm sorry, I'm not a hunter. I don't understand sitting and freezing your tuchus off to get a deer, but it provides for our family. It's God's way of providing, one way of providing for our family. And I'm talking softer because I don't want to totally lose my voice, so I better stop this video before I do. I thank you for subscribing. Please feel free to ask questions, comments, and if I am not able to reply, I will make a video to answer your questions. I am not sure what's up with YouTube recently. But thank you for watching, and let's encourage each other in the floss tube community. I get so encouraged by people's videos, so let's just keep holding each other up and encouraging each other. I will talk to you in November. Bye, floss tube.